Hey, it's Danny. Today I am going to cut my own hair. I have been watching countless YouTube videos watching women cut their own hair and I am horrified. But then I read through the comments and so many people wrote, my hair turned out really great. It's my first time doing it and it all went okay. So I am all about being as frugal as possible, especially in a time like this, being able to save my money and invest it. So now I feel like it's the best time to try and teach myself new things, especially when it can save me money in the long run. So if you are worried about cutting your own hair and you're thinking about doing it, then stick with me and we will see how this experience goes. I hope it turns out well. So as you can see, at first I thought I cannot do this, and if that's you, let's show ourselves that, you know what, we can learn to do lots of new things and we can probably cut our own hair too. So hopefully this goes well and I can prove myself right.
But this is what my hair looks like to start with. I haven't gotten it cut in a while, as you can see, and I will do a comparison of the before and after at the end of this video, so be sure to watch to the end. This is my first time cutting my hair, so I'll give you my takeaways once I finish at the end as well. So I started by sectioning off the front part of my hair. I made a part from the top of my head down to my ear, and then I pulled the rest of my hair back into a ponytail. Then I did the same thing for the other side. I made a part to my ear, pulled that hair forward, and then put the rest of the hair back and combined it with the rest of my hair into a low bun to just keep it out of the way. Then I took a top section of my hair, which I was going to use as a guide. I followed a YouTube video in order to do this. I will link the video that I used for it here. And I determined the length that I wanted to take off. I figured I would just take about an inch to an inch and a half off the front because my hair was already a little bit long here. And as you can see, I did a big no-no and I cut straight across, what you're not supposed to do. But anyway, make sure you point cut up if you're going to follow this video or if you just want to see how I fared. So now that I have my guide of what I'm going to base the rest of my hair in the front on, I took a section of one side and I pulled it up in a diagonal and I found where the guide was. You can see it sticking out there. And then I cut just a little bit below that. It took me a couple tries to actually get myself to cut it, but I ended up doing it and I cut just below and tried to blend it together. Something I had to keep reminding myself is that my head is curved, so even when I thought if I was cutting the same length that it was all going to be the same length, once I let it down, you would see that it actually angled quite nicely. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, find my guide, and then I point cut up to blend those together. And there we have it. Then I took my hair that was behind me and pulled it out to combine my hair together. And then I tried to part my hair in the middle and sectioned it off and then put one side into a low ponytail. I want to reiterate that I am no hairstylist and this is my first time, so this is probably not the video to watch if you are wanting to learn how to cut your hair, but just to give you some confidence, and I'll give you my tips at the end. Alright, so then I'm going to section off and I'm going to make a section with a part behind my ear. I'm going to pull that hair, and this I'm going to cut about 2 inches to 1.5 inches below my guide. And big mistake, should not have just cut across just like that. But then I point cut up to try and blend it, and I will have to blend this a lot more later on because I did not point cut well enough. So right here, I am trying to blend a little bit more because, oof, girl, it looks a little bit choppy. But don't worry, I didn't cut too much off, so any of my mistakes I was able to fix at the end. So now I'm going to take another section and base it off of that point with the back half, and I'm going to point cut up. Now something that I don't know, it cut off here, I actually took one more section and I used my hand and as the guide for the next part and cut again. So you'll see it on the other side how I did that. I'm not sure what happened there, or if I'm just missing a whole layer in my hair, that could be the case too, but I'm pretty sure I did it. I'm not sure what happened to that part of the video. Okay, so then I'm going to switch to the other side now. Woohoo! We've got one choppy side looking good. Don't mind my roots. I need to get my hair colored so badly. Okay, so let's do the same thing to the other side. I made a part behind my ear this time. And I pulled my hair up, 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 up to find my guide in order to know where to cut. Remember to cut the same length on the other side. So I cut about 1.5 inches to 2 inches below my guide. No, Danielle, don't do it. Very good. Point cut up. Woohoo! All right. It definitely got easier as I went, and I got better at remembering to point cut up. Okay, so then this is what I'm talking about. I took my hand for the next layer, and I based my part off of that. So I would recommend doing that for your next layer, is using your hand for making that part, and you can do it on the other side as well to add another layer. That was really helpful for me, and I'm sorry I didn't show it on the other side. I don't know what happened to that again. Okay, so I pulled it up, I see my guide, and here you can see I cut below my guide about 1.5 inches, again 2 inches, because I like longer layers, and I point cut up. Ooh, I'm getting better. Still looks a little bit choppy, but we'll blend it more at the end. Then I'm going to take the last back section, hair in the boob, and I'm going to find my guide, and I will cut below that. So as you can see, I really didn't cut that much off of my length. Also, I am a left-handed person, and so if it looks so weird, I just realized I didn't mention that in the beginning. I'm a lefty, so if it looks strange, that is why, where I'm a left-handed people at. Hello. Don't you hate that? Whenever you write, it smudges everywhere. Me too. Okay, anyway, we need to now check that the hair is even. So I am going to pull my hair and do a little cutting to make sure that my layers are even on both sides. Now, my hair is usually parted like this, so I put my hair back into the side part to do this part because that's how my hair is normally always going to be. So I'm not sure if that's right or wrong, but it worked for me, and so that's what I did. Again, I am not a professional hairstylist, as you can probably tell by the way that I use these scissors. Now, because I didn't do the best job at point cutting my hair at first, my hair was pretty choppy, and I had to go back and blend it a lot. So I like to have angled pieces near my face, so I would cut down a bit, and I think that really helped. And I went through and just point cut more of the hairs that I thought needed some help. And here we have the back of the hair. Ooh, some nice layers. And then I went back to blend, 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 blend again. I highly recommend going and watching some YouTube videos by actual hairdressers that show you how to point cut and blend the hair, because that will be really important, especially if you have thin hair or very straight hair like mine. I know a lot of people that I watched had videos and their hair was so curly, and so you couldn't really tell if it was blended or not. So just know those videos are really helpful. All right, here we go.
So here we have the final product. I can't believe it turned out so well. I never thought that I could cut my hair. Well, we can all cut our hair, but I never thought I could cut it well. And being my first time, I was so nervous. So if it's your first time and you're really nervous and you think you can't do it, then here are my tips for you. So you'll get more comfortable doing it as you go. So start small. So cut off less than what you actually want to start. I did not cut a lot off of my length this time, and I think next time I will cut a lot more, but I feel more confident getting one haircut under my belt. So just know that at first you might feel a little shaky and it might be scary to make those first cuts. It was for me. It will get easier, so just make sure you do small mistakes. Another thing I realized the importance of, which everybody says online, is do not cut like this. Point cut up into your hair. Well, I cut like this a couple times and I really had to go back and blend. Last night I went and asked my family if it looked like I cut my own hair, and they said, no, it just looks like you went to a really bad hairdresser. So I said, okay, I need to go back and blend my hair more. So I went back this morning and I blended it a bit more, and that has really helped. And I went back and I also checked to make sure that my lengths were the same, and I am really, really happy with it now, especially with it styled. I think it looks awesome. So I am really happy that I tried something new, and I can't wait for you to give it a go. I would love to hear how your experience goes. If you're nervous, let me know, but know that I was nervous too and that you can do it. If this video was helpful for you, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like videos on all things health, entrepreneurship, and travel. Alright everybody, see you next time.